Entrepreneurship 101 is created to empower entrepreneurs all over the world. And today I have my special guest. He's an entrepreneur, founder, and operator who focuses on building modern businesses through systems, strategy, and execution. No other than Mr. Michael On.
Hello everyone. Hello Daniel. Thank you for having us.
Welcome, Mr. Michael on Entrepreneurship 101. And can you please introduce more about yourself that I missed?
Sure, absolutely. My name is Michael Oz, founder of DriveOz.com, the first 100% online car dealership for new and pre-owned cars here in the United States, and also founder of another SaaS company called Autopilot Dealers AI. And basically there we sell softwares to dealerships nationwide, helping them modernize the car buying experience for the consumer.
Yes, and thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world, Mr. Michael. Thank you. And today let's talk about being an entrepreneur and operator who builds business in real time and talks honestly about what actually works. So tell us, you build the business in real time, not just on paper, not just a pitch deck. In your experience, what is the single biggest differences between entrepreneurship looks from the outside and how it actually feels when you are in trenches making decisions that have to work by Monday morning?
Sure. Well, Daniel, definitely, what I kind of feel separates the entrepreneurs from the bad actors is definitely going to be execution. Anyone can come up with an idea. That's not what entrepreneurship is. It's the guys that can really execute on the idea and really turn it into a business at the end of the day. A lot of people think it's very easy to become an entrepreneur. They think it's as simple as, finding a good idea and, start working. It's not that easy. You really have to set up infrastructure. You have to set up technology in the back end. It's not just knowing one thing. You need to really understand the whole spectrum of what goes into running a business and launching a business.
Interesting, Mr. Michael. Interesting indeed. The phrase that keeps coming up in conversation with the founders, thus is better than perfect in practice. So how do you know when something is done enough to ship versus when you're cutting corners that will come back to bite you?
I'm sorry, repeat that for me one more time.
Yes, the phrase that keeps coming up in conversation with founders, done is better than perfect. In practice, how do you know when something is done enough to ship versus when you're cutting corners that will come back to bite you?
Sure, absolutely. Well, I really believe in listening to the consumer. At the end of the day, running business is A/B testing. So you're better off putting it out there and getting the feedback from the customer, and then knowing how to maneuver quickly to fix anything that might have not been done perfectly, right? But there is no perfect. Everything is testing.
Certainly, Mr. Michael. So tell us what's your new innovation that you want to share to us. What
Oh,
is a
sure.
software?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're getting ready to launch Drive Oz 3.0 now. This is, again, we've been in business for about going on close to 15 years. This is going to be our third major redesign of DriveOz.com. And this year, we're launching our new Oz Intelligence platform, which is completely AI powered from top to bottom. We have a new agent that we built out here, and this is the world's first AI car buying assistant. So if someone is looking to shop for a new car, and it gets kind of scary because you don't know where to start. You might know that you have a budget of $500 a month, but where do you go? Do you go to the Honda dealership? Do you go to BMW? Can I afford a Mercedes? People don't know what the real pricing is in today's world because the pricing on these dealers' websites is just not transparent. A lot of these dealerships still operate in a very old school manner, and they're still playing the bait and switch game, putting up the lowball advertisements to get people to walk in the door. And that's just not the way we do things. So we really felt like, customers are sick and tired of the games. We wanted to provide a transparent way for them to be able to lease, purchase a new vehicle, or even pre-owned. And what we did was we created this amazing agent called Liam that literally guides you through the buying process. He'll help you narrow down your choices based on your budget or even based on your lifestyle. Maybe you're getting out of a smaller car and now you need a larger SUV because you have a bigger family this year. You know, your wife might have just given birth and now you need a third row SUV. So this will really help you. You know, you can see here, I'm looking for a third row SUV. And what it does is it'll filter out every single third row SUV within a certain price budget and display it for you and answer any questions you have about that vehicle. Everything down to how many miles per gallon do I get for every time I fill up the tank? How fast does the car go? What are some of the safety features on the vehicle? Does it have this? Does it have that? We have all of the data compiled from every single vehicle in the market into this AI, and it's constantly learning and evolving. So we're super, super excited to launch this. The other amazing part about this is that you can shop for any brand, as I mentioned, but when you go here to shop new or shop pre-owned, we're actually showing live inventory from all of our dealer partners across the country. So if you're looking for a red Acura Integra and your local dealership doesn't have it, you can bet yourself that if you go to driveoz.com, you will be able to find the exact car you're looking for and not have to settle for something just because your local dealer doesn't have it. The best part is when you place the order online with us for this vehicle, we deliver it straight to your front door. So we're sort of like the Amazon of cars.
Interesting innovation, Mr. Michael. So tell us, what are the pros and cons of this innovation of yours?
So really the pros are, you know, being able to shop in one place for every single brand, right? And actually seeing real-time pricing. So when you're going here to this vehicle, it's showing you, you're gonna see here in just a moment, what it's doing is it's calculating all these different terms and all these different miles and telling you, hey, 39 months on this car with 7,500 miles a year is the least expensive lease payment that you can get for this vehicle, right? And you can even lower or raise your down payment and it will recalculate the lease payment for you. So you're getting a real payment, you select your deal, you put in here if you have a trade-in or not, and you can go ahead and actually fill out the credit application and complete the entire process online. Very similar to Tesla.com or Carvana.com. The only difference between us and them is that we sell new and pre-owned cars, where Carvana only sells pre-owned, and Tesla only sells Tesla. So this is the first time you're ever going to see this, where you have everything across the board on one website. As far as cons go, that's tough. The only con I can really tell you is we don't deliver in Puerto Rico. You know, other than that, I think we really nailed it. You know, this is not a startup. This is 15 years in the business and figuring out all the pain points for our customers, figuring out all the pain points of my agents here, and being able to come quicker with deliveries, coming quicker with the actual quotes on the vehicles, and quicker with finding the car that the customer wants. I really don't believe that there's anything else on the market that even comes close to this.
Mr. Michael, let's be futuristic. Do you think this innovation of yours will last for 50 years?
100%, 100%. And I'll tell you why. We're an innovative company. Our sales team is comprised of, you know, people that are anywhere from 18 years old all the way up to 45, 50 years old. So we really do stay on the forefront of technology. Myself, not being a car dealership guy, like most car dealership employees are, our team is comprised of tech guys. You know, we are obviously in the car business. We have been for many, many years. So we understand every single part of it and every aspect of it. But really, the difference between us is that we are technology first, and technology meaning speed. And that's really the downfall of every dealership out there right now. It's the speed of being able to process deals, the speed of the customer being able to get a quote or even finding a vehicle. So I think that as long as we keep evolving, we'll always be on the forefront when it comes to automotive technology.
Mr. Michael, for sure, this innovation of yours will be copied sooner or later. What will be your signature that other people cannot copy?
The signature is really our team. You can copy something, and we've had people try to copy us, but the truth of the matter is, by the time that they copy us, we're typically already on version 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, you can't really keep up because we're constantly evolving. A lot of companies, they put out something great, and then they sit back and they're just focusing on selling the product rather than development. The beauty of our company is that we do have in-house developers that are constantly evolving our platform and making it better. And I don't mean by a month to month, I mean on a day to day. There's not a day that goes by that we don't have updates coming out.
Day to day, indeed. You've talked about building in real time. What's the decision you made last week, not years ago, but recently, that forced you to adapt quickly? And what that teach you about your own operating style?
Sure, absolutely. So just here, let me show you this right now that we're actually working on something pretty cool. So what we recently decided to do, second here, what we recently decided to add here onto the website is something pretty cool where similar to like on Amazon or other websites, when you have your suggested products. So, like, let's say you were shopping for, I don't know, we'll call it toilet paper on Amazon. You know how on the
Okay.
bottom you have the boxes and it shows you the additional different types of toilet paper for less money or comparable toilet
Hmm.
paper? We
Yes.
basically created the same exact thing. It sounds very simple, just, oh, okay, if I'm showing a Honda, I'll show you a Nissan. It's
Okay.
not simple at all because here you have actual calculations in real time. So if I'm looking at one car, it's going to show me the suggested cars, but this is actually AI powered because only AI can process something so quickly and be able to be smart enough to say, hey, I'm looking at this Honda. What comparable cars are there to the Honda? That's level one. And also, out of those comparable cars, which cars are also comparable in price? Now, we're not just putting in a price on the back end. This is real time calculations happening while you're pulling up the vehicle every single time. That's why it's not a simple task. So, creating something like that, I feel like, is definitely the most challenging thing that we've had to do in the past few weeks. We're still under development. Today, we actually launched the first one as a test, and you can see here it is launching the first car. It's going to be launching, probably about anywhere between 5 to 15 cars that all fit within the criteria that the customer is looking for.
So this will be the Amazon version of cars.
God willing.
Mm.
God willing.
Awesome.
What do you think of it, Daniel? I want
Congratulations.
to know what you think about it.
It's awesome because it's easy for them to just purchase. Okay, I like this. If you have another option, why not take this Mercedes, Toyota, or Nissan, which is the same quality that you are offering, which is
Right.
perfect and clever. So, nearly half of startups fail within 5 years. What cash flow issue are top reason why? Tell us in your
You know
experience.
what? I think that it's several things. I actually just recently did a video about this. It's multiple things. It really comes down to who the person is that's running the show. And I think it has a lot to do with scaling too quickly. A lot of younger guys, they like to scale the businesses quicker than they should. And, if you don't lay down the right foundation, the building's going to collapse. And I've seen that happen time and time again. I think another huge part of it, I don't know about it all over the world, but in the US, is the financial aspect of it. Unfortunately, they don't teach a lot of the things that are necessary in business or in owning a business in school. So I feel like a lot of people kind of come into the job market, they're hungry, they have great ideas, they start, they do everything right on their end, but when it comes down to the accounting of the business or handling the paperwork that's required in registering the business and renewing licenses and things like that, it's kind of like they don't know what to do and they're scrambling and then they can fall behind. And when you fall behind, that comes with penalties, that comes with fines from the state, and XYZ, and just not having enough cushion and liquidity in the business because they're spending money on scaling versus knowing what's coming. They don't know what the future is going to hold, and they're not sure what those expenses look like yet. And then they get hit with a big expense, and unfortunately, it puts them out of business.
Very well said, Mr. Michael. One experienced operator noted that as a founder, your relationship to capital flips completely. As an operator, your job to take money and head count. As a founder, your job is to be scrappy and preserve your every dollar. How do you navigate that mindset shift in your own journey?
Well, I don't know if that's really my take on it, to be honest. I don't know if you want to, reserve every single dollar. I think that businesses need to invest, especially in today's world. Now that AI is here, you're going to be left behind if you're not investing into your technology. With our software, we also have a SaaS that we sell to other brokers and dealers across the country. And many of them, I do our analysis on their websites and their technology within their dealerships, and we're just shocked on how behind they are. And when you fall that far behind, it's not just a simple fix like let's update our website. It's now we have to change our CRM, we have to change our website, we have to change this, we have to change that, because nothing even integrates anymore because it's so old. So I feel like you really do have to allocate money aside for technology in today's world. And I think it's gonna, it looks like that money is gonna have to grow even faster now with the rate that everything is growing on the technology side. I think I think a lot of people are going to realize that they don't need to spend as much money on marketing anymore, and maybe more money on actual processes within.
So, Mr. Michael, if the other company want to buy your software itself, would you
Mhm.
like to sell it for the other company?
So we are. So we do white label our website to other dealerships. They don't
Mm,
get the whole entire website, but they're getting the inventory,
okay.
the calculator here on the right hand side, Liam, our AI tool, and our sell and trade your car feature over here, where a customer can literally upload photos of their vehicle, they enter in the information, and they get a quote in real time of how much our offer would be for their vehicle. So we actually are in the process of launching the SaaS in the next 45 days. We are doing demos already. The website for that one, if it's okay to mention, is it okay? It's going to be autopilotdealers.com. This is meant for brokers, entrepreneurs that are looking to get started in the car business. And what's amazing about this whole thing is that we hold zero inventory. So you don't have to lay a penny out for a car. You work with the local dealerships in your area, and you're basically you're finding the customers that don't want to spend the time within dealerships because the process is just very long, it's not transparent, and you're providing a concierge service for your clients, right? So you can really start this, any young entrepreneur, any entrepreneur really, if you don't have the money to invest, or you don't have hundreds and thousands of dollars now to go open up a dealership, you can do this from anywhere. You have the full platform with all of our inventory on it, and all you have to do is market it. I'm just going to turn the camera around real quick here. This is
Yes,
our
go ahead.
showroom. You can see here, we don't have any vehicles. We have our sales guys on the phones. You see here, and we do everything straight from this beautiful office, but we don't hold a single car. That means that we never lose money. What we sell is what we earn. Versus
Mm,
a dealership that's holding inventory and the market can go up or down. And I just personally feel like you're gambling at that point.
good job, Mr. Michael. Clever indeed. And
Thank you.
companies failed not because of the market, but because of internal misalignment. Burning cash on arguments, stalling decisions, or moral tanking. When you sense that kind of frictions forming, how do you intervene before it becomes fatal?
Well, one thing is emotions, right? When it comes to running the business, you don't want to get your emotions involved with it. You have to learn how to separate the two and always operate with a clear mind. If you're having a bad day, you're angry, you're upset because whatever happened in the outside world, you cannot bring that into your business. The
Mm-hmm.
same thing with your employees. If you see that your employee's having a rough day, you're better off telling them to take the day off, go spend the day at the beach, relax, clear your mind, and come back fresh. If they come in with a negative attitude, it's like a cancer. It can spread within the office. It's bad for your environment. At the end of the day, you always want to have a positive environment. You always want everyone to be on the up and up and ready to go. So I feel like really when there's friction, you have to discuss it. You have to point it out. If it can be eliminated on the spot, great. If you still see that the friction's there, you have to step away. You have to just go out, clear your mind, clear the air, and come back in fresh.
Very well said, Mr. Michael. The research is stark. 72% of founders say entrepreneurship has negatively impacted their mental health, and 81% admit they rarely or never talk about it. How do you protect your own capacity to lead without pretending you have it all together?
Oh, I love this one. So I'm going to go a little bit off the question. You see this right
Hmm.
here?
Yes, go
You
ahead.
know, do you
Yes.
know what this is?
It's a ball. I
This
don't
is a
know.
giant.
Tell
This
us.
is a giant pickleball. Are you
Oh,
familiar with
pickleball.
pickleball?
Okay. Yes, the one
Pickleball
you
is one of
put.
the fastest. This is one of the fastest growing sports right now in the U.S. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, the ball is not this big. This is oversized. It's a small little ball. We play pickleball in our office here. We have a
Nice.
membership at a gym down the block. We go, we play pickleball. It's a stress reliever. You put your phone in your bag, you step away, and you clear your mind. And I believe that that's definitely a big mental help. I started
Mm-hmm.
playing about a year ago, and I realized, ever since playing, it really does help just, the stress. Whatever it is for you, whether it's, sports or working out, I think that's very, very important for your mental health. But going back towards your question, I know you asked it in a little bit of a different way. Can you just repeat it one more time?
Yes. So, how do you protect your own capacity to lead without pretending you have it all together?
How? Well, that's the thing, with me, maybe I'm different than most people. If I feel like I'm not able to, I will take the day off. I truly believe that you need to rest your mind. You have to be able to reset. When I was younger, I would make that mistake. I would work 7 days. I would stay up 20 hours a day. Developers overseas, crazy hours, And what I realized is that I was getting a lot done on one side, but I was getting very little done when it came into, other things in the business. So you really got to learn how to balance. You cannot work yourself to death. You have to be able to take the time out for yourself. And again, whether it's pickleball, the gym, whatever it is that, relaxes you and gets your mind off of the business for a little bit, you have to reset. I think that's a big thing. I don't think you should ever work 7 days a week. You will burn yourself out and you will see it in your numbers. And if you haven't yet, you will. Believe that.
Yes. Reset, people. Reset and
Mental
meditate.
health.
And yes, a mental health for sure. So, to wrap up our discussion for today, Mr. Michael, finally, if you could go back and tell to yourself one unfiltered truth at the very beginning of your journey, something you know that you could not have known then, what would it be and why do founders need to hear it?
Hmm. You know what? The one thing I can tell you is I didn't realize how easy it could be to actually raise capital for a great idea. And I self-funded this business from day one. And when I say self-funded, we're talking about $2,000, $3,000 to start the business. And I worked my ass off to get there, to get to where we are today. And it's been 15 years. In today's world, for the younger entrepreneurs, I really suggest learning on how to create a pitch deck, going to all the different pitch events that are out there, because there's definitely tons of them in every city. And I think that you can raise capital. I haven't done it yet. I have been offered, now that we're at the stage that we're in. And at this point, we really don't need it. But I probably could have grown the business a lot quicker if I would have known how to raise capital, and what you actually have to do in order to do so. It kind of sounds like a big dream, but there's a lot of companies out there that are looking to invest into companies like these. And I believe that for younger generation, you don't have to work as hard. Work smart, not hard.
Work smart, not hard. People. So, Mr. Michael, can you please invite our listeners to support your business, your advocacy, or whatever projects that you're doing right now?
Absolutely, absolutely. So everyone, again, the website that we're showing you is driveodds.com. My team is super, super excited. We're going to be launching in the next 30 days. So definitely make sure to check us out. If you need any more entrepreneur advice, if you want to follow me and my team on this journey of this, I'm going to call it a startup at this point, because this is like something completely different than we've ever done. Make sure to follow me personally at The Real Michael Oz on Instagram. We have a full vlog coming out on YouTube as well, where it's literally a camera guy following us around all day long, to our meetings, behind the scenes, to car deliveries. We're located in Miami, so it's a beautiful scene. Guys, make sure to follow us on all networks, YouTube, Instagram, everywhere. Just look up Michael Oz and you'll see my whole company pop up. You'll see all of our pages and you'll definitely be able to find us. So Michael Oz, simple.
Yes, people, let's support Mr. Michael Oz because if you support him for sure, more and more empowering business like this to rise. So I have one more question, Mr. Michael. What's the system you built that felt boring or administrative at the time, but has paid for itself then times or 10 times over to save headaches or unlock growth?
Oh, that's great. That's great. I would say it 100% is a CRM. You know, I've been dealing with a lot of other brokers and dealers, and a lot of people are still using Excel. I don't know why they're still using Excel. They're not using CRMs. Guys, get yourself a CRM. There's so many out there right now for under 20 bucks a month. Cut out the Starbucks. Get yourself a CRM. It will organize your life. Everything from accounting to your meetings, to your leads, to your management of the leads. That is needed in a business today. There is no way that you're going to grow and do volume without a CRM and without organization. So definitely get yourself a CRM. My personal highly recommended CRM would be Zoho CRM. Shout out to Zoho. I've been with them for almost 14 years at a point to where I can actually develop most of it myself at this point without any coding. It's probably the best one out there. There's definitely Go High Level and HubSpot and these other guys. If you're looking for something that will grow with you, I highly recommend Zoho.
Yes, and it's cheap too. I have one Soho, so
amazing, and amazing customer service. You know, you get on the phone with them if you have service. They share their screen, they walk you through everything, and you learn from them. So it really is an amazing company. I started with them when they were very, very small, and now they're, a huge Fortune 500 company.
Bigger, yes. They're now bigger and bigger and bigger. Soho, shout out to you. Yes, sir.
Daniel, if I can just shout you out.
Yes.
Definitely. I don't know how many guests shout you out, but listen, I think what you're doing is incredible. Because when I started my business, podcast was still a very new thing. We didn't have anywhere to go and listen to conversations like this. So big shout out to you. You're doing an amazing job. I love the personality. I love the show. I think what you're doing is great. And just keep going, man. You're going to grow this to the moon.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Michael, for being part of it. And I hope you will be my regular guest. Please do come over and over if you have time. I know you're busy guy. Let's empower people all over the world through your knowledge and wisdom.
I always make time for this. So you let me know whenever you need a speaker on there, and I would love to be on. If you could also bring in some other guys and do a group, I would love it. We can debate.
Oh, yes, definitely. Please do come over and let's talk about Under the Sun, and let's empower entrepreneurs all over the world. So, Mr. Michael, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me. Take care, everybody.
Modica people, see you soon.
Take care. Bye-bye.